Vipers playing the Flower of Oxford onto the Iffley Road pitch. Slightly surreal start to what was always going to be a tough game for the students in dark blue, up against the full-time professionals of London Welsh. The Exiles are riding high in the Championship and put out a strong and experienced side. Oxford had been suffering from a sickness bug which had swept through the camp, but they started strongly. Good work by the forwards, giving outside half Tom Mitchell of Kellogg the glimmer of a gap for him to race through. He got the pass out to Matt Janney, but the wing ran out of space. Oxford continued to do well in the opening exchanges. This time Mitchell and Janney combined to create space wider out. Captain John Carter taking the ball on powerfully, only just stopped short of the line. Plenty to encourage Oxford coach James Wade on the back of a series of good wins before this match. However, London Welsh held the upper hand up front for most of the night, particularly in the scrum, and that was to prove decisive in the evening's first score. Outside half Seb Jewell pounced for the try, a bit too easy for the former England under-20s player. Ashley Smith was a dangerous runner for London Welsh, launching this counter-attack. James Lewis setting up Liam Gibson to show his nimble footwork. (12-0) midway through the first half. London Welsh kept up the pressure, Jewell having a bit more to do for his second. Centre Paul Mackay got into the act. The defence sucked in at the breakdown, leaving a big gap in midfield. Lots for the sizable Iffley Road crowd to ponder as London Welsh strolled to a 26-0 lead at half-time. However, the second half would be a very different affair. Obviously, the half-time team talk in the Oxford dressing room focused on tightening up the defence. Certainly, the Exiles found it much harder to find a way through. Jamie Durwood showing his alertness here to turn defence into attack for Oxford. It was London Welsh coach Lynn Jones with a bit to think about now. Almost half an hour of the second half passed without any further scores, but London Welsh did pounce then. A good angle for James Lewis, giving the scoring pass to Joe Ajua for the former Scarlets player to score. A second half performance though that allowed both coaches the chance to find positives. But it was London Welsh who rounded things off, scoring with the very last move of the game. Lewis again doing the set-up work for Smith to get the final try. That took the score to 38-0 at the end, but positives for Oxford to take out of the match, and in particular that much improved second half.
Massive positives, you know, considering the boys came into the game, we've got a big illness sweeping through the squad at the moment, and the effort they've put in, I think it was 2 tries in the second half they conceded. Defensive effort was fantastic, and we knew that from the start. We knew what we had to do. It was a day that people had to put their bodies on the line, and they certainly did. So, to be honest, it's a big positive for us today, and I think it could be the turning point in terms of what we've asked for out of the boys.
And that's what I've been wanting. I mean, going forward all the time in the scrums and going forward off all our attacks, you know, that's all good and well, but it's really nice. Strange to say, it's really nice to play on the back foot and to be going backwards against guys who are very big, very strong.
We played very well actually, and Oxford stuck in there and they worked hard. And but at the end of the day, it's, you know, the physicality was a bit too much, and you can tell when boys are working full time lifting weights. We looked a stone heavier and we acted a stone heavier in the contact area, and the strength is just a little bit too much. Once the Oxford boys are reading books, our boys are picking up weight.
It's no good preparing and scoring a lot of tries and not testing out your defence, and I think that the boys have, to use a term, manned up a little bit tonight, and yeah, it is exactly what we needed.
It was a tough game. You know, it's a championship full-time professional side that we played against, so it was tough but quite enjoyable. I quite enjoy those kind of really tough battles, and it really brings the players together to see that they can defend.
It's a great game, and I've always been a fan of the midweek fixtures against Oxford when I was at the Ospreys and before that, and I hope to make this a regular fixture for London Welsh.
The second half was a great display. I mean, we let 2 very late tries in, but 90% of the guys playing have had an illness. There's no excuses, and we said that from the beginning. There's no excuses, but there was a lot of people running on empty in that game, and it was great to see them come together.
I thought they were very good. They got some really good players. I think they've got a good 8, 9, 10 combination, and caused us a lot of problems in the first 20 minutes. But they're well organised. I think their defence is well organised. A set piece, the lineup is good. They may have issues at the scrum time against Cambridge, but that's for them to resolve shortly.
We tidy that up, then we'll be a 100% team, which is what we're aiming for by December the 8th.